Hi there, good afternoon, and welcome to our weekend review. My name is Molly, and I will be hosting you today. Karen is away, and so is Tammy. We miss them, but they will be back shortly. So today is the big eclipse. Here on the West Coast, I've been watching the eclipse, and it has just passed through, and it was pretty interesting. It wasn't huge, but it was pretty exciting. I've noticed, though, the kids next door at the school, none of them were participating. A little surprised at that, but it was fun to see it. And I guess everyone in the central part of our country is enjoying it right now. What we're doing here on our YouTube AHTV channel is giving you the weekend review. What we like for you to do is to click like and share and click that little bell so that you will get notified for every live event we have, weekend reviews, Q&As with doctors. It's a really great channel. We also do Survivor Series Saturdays. Sometimes we do some live events there. It's really exciting. I like that one the most. So what we have going into our first Medical Monday, we have a new medical student that has joined us that will be sharing her knowledge for us, and it's really exciting to have these medical students. Her name is Samantha. Hi, everyone. My name is Samantha, and I'm a medical student at CUNY School of Medicine. I'll be taking over Medical Mondays, and today I'm going to discuss some of the imaging techniques mentioned last week. Let's delve into computed tomography, CT imaging. CT scans are the gold standard for diagnosing aortic aneurysms and dissections. So why is a CT scan done? CT scans are frequently used for aortic aneurysms and dissection diagnoses due to their high resolution and ability to provide detailed images of the aorta and related structures. As we all know, aortic aneurysms and dissections are serious conditions that require prompt action and treatment to prevent complications such as rupture or organ damage. Physicians order CT scans to accurately assess the size, location, and extent of the abnormality. So how is a CT scan done? Here we have an image of a CT scan of somebody just about to go through the scan. Been there, done that a few times. A CT scan uses X-ray and computer technology to create detailed cross-sectional images. Contrast dye may be given to visualize the aorta and associated blood vessels better. Patients lay on a bed that slides through the CT scanner, which then captures images as it rotates around them. This part usually takes only about 10 minutes, but the entire process can take up to 60 minutes. Once all of the images are taken, they are reconstructed to create a three-dimensional picture that healthcare professionals can analyze. So where is a CT scan done? This imaging technique can be performed at hospitals, imaging centers, or outpatient clinics. Some centers may not have an available CT scanner on site, as resources do vary between facilities. However, in emergent situations like an aortic dissection, imaging may be conducted in the emergency department. This is interesting. What does an aortic aneurysm look like on CT? Here on the left, we have an image of a normal aorta. And to the right, we have an abnormal aorta with aneurysm, which is showing to be 3 centimeters. As you can see from the picture above, an aneurysm looks like a balloon-like bulge coming from the aorta. The size and shape can differ depending on the underlying cause and location. However, all aneurysms usually appear as a well-defined dilation. What does an aortic dissection look like on CT? Here we have an image of an aorta with a dissection with that yellow arrow pointing right there to that split in the aorta. That is the dissection. In this image, the arrow is pointing to a tear in the aortic wall. Now, since there are two lumens, blood can flow through both, which is not supposed to happen. A XT image with contrast can show a CT image with contrast can show the path of blood and can be used to assess the extent and severity of the dissection. Are there risks to a CT scan? CT scans use X-rays, as mentioned before, which use ionization radiation. Radiation can damage your DNA and increase your risk of developing cancer. However, current research shows the chance of this happening is very low, about 1 in 2,000. The benefits of a CT scan, especially if being used in an emergent aortic dissection situation, overly outweigh any potential adverse effect. Remember to talk to your doctor about the specific risks and benefits of any procedure. That wraps up this week's Medical Monday. I hope you were able to learn a thing or two about CT scans. Join me in 2 weeks to learn about MRIs and if it's better, worse, or just as good as CT scans. Have a great week and always think aorta. Samantha. That was very thorough. I like that.
That's her first article. She did such a good job.
She really did. And, you know, while many of us have had many CT scans, it's really nice to see these images. Well, is it nice? I'm not sure, but it's interesting to see these images.
Well,
Yes.
let's say hi to some people here.
Okay.
So John, Velda, Christina, Tom, they're all saying hi. Christina says she got to see the full thing there in Texas.
Yeah, she's right up there in the middle of that little strip of eclipse. That's so exciting. How was it, I wonder?
She says the first part was partly cloudy, but by the time the moon was completely in front of the sun and the clouds were gone, it got dark and quiet, but not as dark as she expected.
Oh, well, at least you got to see it. It was supposed to be cloudy. Well, that's so nice that John's here and Tom and Belda. Hi, guys. Thank you for coming. Moving on, we have Topic Tuesday. Here we have also from our other medical student, Duke, who contributes quite a bit. And here he is at Topic Tuesday. Good morning, everyone. We hope your week has been getting off to a great start so far. Today, we will be discussing the roles of the patient care team. More specifically, we will discuss the specialists who are involved in the care of patients with aortic disease. When it comes to aortic disease, the patient's primary team is generally composed of a cardiologist and a cardiothoracic surgeon, who will then follow the patient's aortic disease due to aneurysm or chronic dissection. Typically, if a patient has a known genetic condition such as Marfan syndrome or Loeys-Dietz syndrome, a cardiologist will follow the patient even before an aneurysm is identified or develops. A vascular surgeon can be involved if the patient has aneurysms in the distal parts or descending aorta, or if the cardiothoracic surgeon deems that the patient needs a procedure that would benefit from a repair method done by a vascular surgeon, such as a TEVAR. It's important to note that cardiothoracic surgeons with expertise in aortic surgery are most suited to perform the repair of the aorta should a patient need one. A cardiologist then follows the patient's aortic disease and will typically be the one who has particular expertise in reading imaging studies, including echocardiography, CT scans, and MRIs to appropriately follow the progression of a patient's aortic disease. A hypertension specialist will also typically follow the patient to ensure the patient's blood pressure is within an appropriate range, so it does not contribute to the expansion or worsening of the aortic aneurysm or chronic dissection. If a patient has Marfan syndrome or related connective tissue disorder, they would likely need to be followed by an ophthalmologist for annual eye exams an orthopedist for common issues with their flat feet, scoliosis, etc. This is what we have for today's session. We hope that this has been helpful. Please join us back here next week, and thanks for tuning in. We hope you have a great rest of your week. Stay healthy, Duke, the medical student.
I don't think he's a medical student anymore.
No, you're right. I think actually, I don't think he
Say the words.
is.
I thought he got transferred to California.
He is. Oh gosh, it's not USC, UCLA possibly. Um, Shoot, that was just merely 3 weeks ago or
It
so.
was. It was. And he's still
Well,
doing
we
stuff
can,
for us. We love him.
Dr. Duke, congratulations, and we're so glad you're still here with us. Yeah, it's wonderful to have these medical students with their, this textbook, interesting, imparting this knowledge on us and the community. I think it's really great. It's nice, and more than someone like me trying to impart medical knowledge, which would be a no-no. I just have experience, but I'm definitely not an expert. It's really nice to have them. I just love it. And I think it's neat also that they want to be a part of this kind of the interaction between patients and doctors. So they're kind of doing a little education on their working bedside manner, dealing with us and being part of Aortic Hope and the community.
I think it might be embracing technology from that field too.
Yeah.
I think pretty soon we're going to start to see more and more doctors on YouTube channels.
I think so. We already do see some. It's just sometimes it's hard to determine like who's has credentials and who doesn't. But I think it's getting better.
Like the doctor's channel, like a doctor, his channel, not featured on our stuff or some other nonprofits. Velda says, "Good job, Molly."
Oh, Velda, hi. She's my bestie up in Prince Edward Island. We love Velda. Hi, Velda. I was just chatting with her last night. Yeah. So we are moving on. This is kind of a fun one. I mean, Therapeutic Thursday. We love this because there's always something fun to focus on that might be a distraction from anything that you might be having going on medically or what have you. Little timeout Thursday. We have today, it is Therapeutic Thursday at Aortic Hope. Board games aren't just for rainy days and power outages anymore, or eclipses. They're like the Swiss Army knives of the living room table, unfolding into tools of cognitive calisthenics, emotional easels, and social symphonies. I love this. Picture this. You're the grand master of the board, rolling dice and flipping cards like a Vegas dealer on a Saturday night. Your brain's firing on all cylinders. Neurons doing the tango as you strategize your path to victory. Anxiety? Psh, it's taken a backseat as you laugh in the face of Park Place with hotels. Stress? It's been traded for Baltic Avenue and 2 railroads. Studies suggest that board games can sharpen mental faculties, foster social bonds, and even keep the pesky specter of dementia at bay. So dust off that Monopoly box and summon your inner Sherlock for clue. It's time to give your brain a playful workout, one roll of the dice at a time. One roll of the dice at a time. Just remember, flipping the board in frustration is considered poor sportsmanship, not a stress relief technique. That's really fun. And it is. Board games are fun. They bring families together. It's just a little, turn off the TV and sit down and play. It's fun. They are fun. I don't know. Are you a big board gamer?
I hate them. I don't do that. It's too much cleanup. The whole setup, the whole thing is nonsense. It's ridiculous.
That's because you're flipping the board.
No. See, that's the other problem. I'm a gamer. I play video games, right? The stakes are high. Universes are there to be saved. Like when I play games with my friends, I dominate. That's the point.
Are they really your friends, or are they just random people on the internet?
My friends do not play video games with me. They just won't. They won't. They go, never mind. You're taking all the points.
Well, I think we grew up doing board game, playing board games as families, a while back, and I think a lot of families have switched into video games and things like that. But the old school board games or card games are so much fun. It does bring families together. One that I play now that I enjoy is called Rummy Cube,
What?
and it's called Rummy Cube. It's best played with about four people, and it's basically dominoes like tiles, and it's just kind of a numbers game, a colors game. It takes a lot of mental health, mental calisthenics. You have to really forward think and plan and strategize, but it's really fun. It's great, and you can bring it anywhere. You just need a hard surface. I don't know
Video
who else
games.
is. Okay, I get it.
You
I
can play
get
them on your
it, Josh.
phone. You can play them on your
I
phone.
get it,
You bring
Joshua.
that phone with you everywhere already.
Well, I play online games, but it's really just one, and it's a hidden object game.
You
I
know what's
mean, that's
interesting about the handheld video game market?
what.
It's run by Nintendo, the Switch. They're the leaders of the pack. Okay? In Japan, your commute to work can go up to 2 hours. And so they've
Right.
embraced this, like, sit on public transportation and play video games for 2 hours on a handheld with near field communication. Right? That's the dominant handheld market, and it spreads like wildfire everywhere.
I guess something to keep you occupied. I certainly know that when I pull up my phone and in the waiting room of, let's say, an appointment, it goes so quick when you
Mm-hmm.
just got your head into the phone. But yeah,
Velda
yeah.
says, "I play Crazy Eights with my grandson."
Ah, yeah. I'm sure you did for about a month while you were up in Nova Scotia visiting. That's so cute. Cute
She's
kids.
still glowing from that visit.
I know. You know what she shared with me the other day was her grandson, her 15-year-old grandson, was in his very first boxing match, and it was televised.
Oh
And
wow,
yeah, it was. It was so. She sent me the link. It was on YouTube, and he boxed at the very end. So I watched a whole hour worth of super amateur boxing. It was really interesting. It was music and lighting and things, and it was neat. So at the end, it was about an hour into it. I'm like, is he gonna fight? And she goes, he's on right now. So right then they called him out in the hair, and he can't. He's a big, tall kid, and I mean, I was so into it. I was like, God, I was screaming at the TV because I had him on the TV. I didn't just watch it on my phone. I televised, it was on the TV. So watching him, I was like, he's gonna win. He won his
that's
first
awesome. That is
match.
so awesome.
He is so adorable. And it was so great. The two of them, the opponent that lost, hugged him right after they,
It's a
said that.
professional sport.
But you didn't see that early on in the other fights.
Well,
They were like,
sometimes trash talk is part of the game.
well, this kid just gave her grandson a huge hug. It was adorable, and he was really happy. And I'm sure Velda was very proud. It was
Oh,
exciting. Anyway,
she says, "I
that was
appreciate that so much."
yeah.
Also, they're
It's neat.
Canadian. They probably hug after fights on a regular basis anyway.
Right. They're so nice, so nice. All
Board
righty.
games are
Well,
terrible. Play video games. Less clean up.
I wonder what other video games people play out there. I don't know. I don't see John being a board game person.
Bro, I text him every day, get an Xbox. Get an Xbox. Every day. He hates it. He won't touch it. He also says he watches TV, but I don't believe that either. It's whatever.
I think he's out. I don't know. He lives in a beautiful area. Maybe he's out and
Right?
about. Yeah. Well, that'll be interesting to see if he does play.
Felda says we hug in the middle of fights.
Of course they do. They're so sweet up there.
Don't
We
go
could
too
learn a
far.
lesson.
You've gone too far. Up on the tabs. There you go, that one.
Oh, look at that. For those who are not into board games, we have another Therapeutic Thursday, and it is announcing our Aortiversary acknowledgments, which is such a very special thing for Aortic Hope to do for those celebrating what we call Aortiversaries, which is the day that you choose to share with Aortic Hope. It was the day of your surgery, your dissection, your diagnosis. Um, in my case, it was just April 1st. This past week was my third year and aortiversary, and it was so nice to be acknowledged by Aortic Hope. It's just such a wonderful program. So here it is, today's Therapeutic Thursday at Aortic Hope. Often in the community, the question is asked, how do you celebrate your aortiversary? It's not surprising to hear that when an anniversary date for surgery or diagnosis is nearing, it can create anxiety, fear, joy, anger. Some choose to disassociate and let the day just unfold naturally, and others want to celebrate living life to the fullest. I think both are fair and both are equally as important. And I think it is whatever you like to do. I mean, it's just another day sometimes for some people, and others it's like a really big day of reflection and see how far you've come. And um, in my case, my third year aortiversary on Monday, I spent taking a flight up to San Francisco to return to work. I am returning back to work. I'm so excited. But
In the friendly skies.
in the friendly skies,
John's still
it's
pushing
time.
back about these Xboxes. He's a stubborn curmudgeon.
You know, it's not for everyone. It's a very
It's for
solitary,
everyone.
it you're
I
in
don't play by
headphones. You're
myself.
in your no, but real human interaction, face to face, outside air, other movements other than on the screen. I think a day out would do you good, Joshua.
No, no. Every time I leave the house, I make new clients. It's just work. It's always work. No, this is easier. This is way
well,
easier.
well, you are good at it, and you are able to multitask. I have noticed that you manage producing, very and directing everything so very well while playing your games. I can see you multitasking back there often.
Yes. It's the easiest way to take a short break.
I just want to know when you're going to turn pro.
That's the dream. See, that's the
I
thing,
think
right? Like, could you imagine getting paid to play video games? That's a ridiculous dream that people are making millions of dollars doing right now. Okay? And they probably are almost as good as I am.
well, they probably are on a healthy dose of vitamin D supplements too, because
Right?
you just don't see the light of day.
We have a new comment from Hello Nadim. Nadim says, I don't know how to choose my valve, mechanical or tissue. And Nadim, we do not give medical advice here. Yeah.
We can give opinions, I guess, but I don't know that I want
Yeah.
to go there.
All we can really do is ask questions in the support groups of people who have them.
Right. And um, my experience with that question, because it is a difficult question. It is a difficult decision, I should say. Easy question, difficult decision, and the answer is equally as complicated oftentimes. So yeah, I think talking to your doctor, um, is the best. Yeah, he's the one most experienced. However, in the support groups and in the blogs and the Facebook threads, you will find, Nadine, that the answer to that question is 50-50. It's a healthy split right down the middle. There's 50% in one camp and 50% in the other. It really ends up being your decision, really. Wouldn't you agree, Joshua?
Um, I want to say that during one of the symposiums that I watched, they brought up the reason why they pushed the mechanical valve on people under 50 or under 60 was because the mechanical valve will last longer than the other valve.
Right.
Right. And so the choice is really about people in an age range versus people in their late 60s, early 70s.
Right.
So but still, I mean, I don't know. It's still a very tough question. It's like the thing in the support groups that we hear about people complaining about is the blood thinners and the having to moderate alcohol consumption.
Right.
And it had nothing to do with the solution. It had everything to do with the repercussions.
Yeah. There, there's a lot to both. But yeah, I think that's just, yeah, it's just, it ends up being an individual question. I kind of have a funny story about that, but I'll just tell it another day.
Right on.
All right, moving on. We have, oh, this is so great. Oh, I just love this. I think it's so cool. We have a denim jacket for sale. This is the Aortic Hope custom denim jacket with the Aortic Hope logo. Check out our Hope shop today. That is located on our website, aortichope.org. Don't delay. Grab some swag today. Check out this incredible custom made jacket, especially created for Aortic Hope by the very talented Diane Bishop of Aortic Hope Unlimited. She hand whittled that on the back of that denim jacket. It's just amazing.
That's
So here you can
Aortic
order.
Health
Isn't it great?
Unlimited. That's
Oh,
yeah, that's Aortic Health Unlimited.
oh wow. It's I like it. I
Karen
like it.
says, "Molly, you're a pro."
Oh, Karen, I miss you. You just faked me out with your excuse as to not be here today.
Did you get a message from her when she panicked? She was like, "Oh no."
No, I wished her luck. And then she said, oh, no. Oh, by the way. And I'm like, oh, don't worry. I'll still cover you tomorrow. Karen's Karen's so good at this. Well, thank you, Karen. Thank you. And I wish you really the best here.
Yes, her
Going.
surgery got rescheduled for tomorrow morning.
Oh, it is tomorrow
Gallbladder.
morning.
Yeah.
I think we should ping Karen, all of us, with a do not take this pill tomorrow tonight. Bless her heart. I'm sure that was so frustrating for her, especially because she's so on the ball with everything, and it must have just made her go, oh.
Yeah,
But it's nice they can.
I go, did
It's
you
nice they
fall into
can.
your routine and then kick yourself? Because like can you just see it happening? Like it's pill time, 1, 2, just right into the routine.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
halfway downstairs and go, oh crap,
Uh-huh.
right? That's what I see happening.
You see that with people who are, going to their colonoscopy and pick up a banana and eat it, or something, and they're like, oh gosh. I can't, they can't get the procedure done. But what's nice, Karen, is that they are able to accommodate you so quickly after your initial scheduled procedure. So that's good. I'm
Right?
happy for that.
That's what I
Yep.
said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Quick
That is.
turnaround. Very nice.
I said it wasn't your time to have that procedure done today. So yeah, tomorrow's she was meant to see the eclipse,
Yeah.
which is I think happening this very second
Could be happening or just on the second half of it right now. I don't know.
in the in the nether regions of the country. um Back to this awesome jacket that I just am so impressed with Diane Bishop's talent here. You can order this jacket without the crystals for $120. It's regularly $130, so that's a little bit of a bargain. Or you can order it with crystals for $130, which is regularly $140. They come in sizes small, medium, large, extra large, or double X large. And a portion of the sales for this denim jacket is being donated to Aortic Hope, and we just love that. We love all donations. On our website, aortichope.org, it has a little area to click here to order in our Hope shops, and we hope that you run out and get one. It's so cute. I just love. What do you think of it, Joshua? Is that something you would don on a Friday night?
I'll tell you what I think is hilarious. Okay. When Karen got it, she called me from the car, and Diane and her were just chirping about it back and forth, and she's holding it up, and like they're just driving at a high speed, and they're trying to show me this jacket at the same time. I'm just like,
Oh, you mean they're driving the car and turning around?
somebody's driving. I don't know what's going on. It all seemed very dangerous to me.
Those
But
two are
it
so
looked
adorable.
very nice. And so Karen's has also got the crystals in the front on the pocket as well.
See, that's cute. I
Yeah,
like that.
we'll
That's
see.
I
We'll
like.
see. I said let's make this because they were trying to create an ordering form to make it very complicated. And I was like, how about we do the back if they want the back, and maybe the front is a special order that we do for like giveaways and other things, and it's got to be custom anyway. So maybe for bingo, that would be a great bingo thing to,
Wow.
big
I would
prize. That would be fun.
I would sign up 3 times for bingo if it meant getting and winning a jacket. I mean, I love my little wins at bingo, but this would be a really great one. I think it's also would be kind of cool if she could really get on the ball and start producing these things, bringing them to conferences, an auction item that would
Oh,
be
an
really
auction would
neat.
be a good idea too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and you know silent auctions now. You know how they work.
Oh man, did I tell you about the wheelbarrow of alcohol from the last one I saw?
Yes,
They literally
that's
like they advertised it as a wheelbarrow of alcohol, and the wheelbarrow was stood up against the wall, and it had just a ton of alcohol in front of it. And the guy who won ran over there and filled the wheelbarrow up and wheelbarrowed it out to his car.
and just ran with it before anyone got a piece of it. I
He
thought
was
you were going to
very
say he
happy.
brought a I thought you were going to say he brought a bucket of ice and started icing the
Oh,
stuff
right,
down.
right away, right away.
Now, was it a kitty-sized wheelbarrow or a
No, no, it
real?
was a wheelbarrow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you could move like a tree in that thing.
Oh my God. Usually you get spa treatments
There
and
was all of that too.
flower arrangements, but not wheelbarrow alcohol. My
Like,
gosh.
I was
That's
wondering what the line was. I was like, why is there a line over in that corner?
they were
Silliness.
all that's funny. Oh goodness, yeah. So back to this jacket. It's adorable. I really would like to see a lot of people wearing that. I just love it. And here you guys all are on AHTV, which is Aortic Hope's YouTube channel. So as you know, we are on YouTube. Check us out at youtube.com/c/aortic hope. Help others start receiving support today. Like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to click on that little bell for notifications, and you will be alerted as to when we're having some live events, such as, like physicians Q&As, Qigong, Survivor Series. Those are awesome. We're also on Instagram. We would love for you to join us. You will find our weekend review, which is what we're doing now, live Q&A, survivor stories, and our community events such as Aortic Kitchen, Qigong, and more. And if you click like and subscribe to the channel, we love that. We're more than a support organization. We are a community. Hop on over to Instagram and YouTube and give us a follow. The link is here on aortichope.org on this post if you can't find it elsewhere. Yeah. Our YouTube channel is really chock-a-block full of fun.
So
Here's another.
Christina, she was letting us know that she has trouble reading the names on that new art that we did for the anniversaries. Right.
Mhm.
And we're going to pick a new font in May, right? Like the idea is to pick a new font every month, or if we could, at least find 12 different fonts for it, and a theme for the backdrop animations. But
Yeah.
yeah, I agree. It's hard to read the names, and this is Karen's fault. Like I designed it, but I
That,
still think it's Karen's fault.
well, I think it's a great an initiative for a new face for aortiversaries. And Christina, that's great constructive criticism because I too noticed. I love the font. I love the flash of it, but the pink in front of a pinkish background it got lost a little bit. So hopefully, but you know what? It made you look at it that much harder and really kind of look at the post and just realize this person is celebrating such an achievement, such a milestone.
Yeah, and also like I don't want to put the names in sequential order again. I want to put all the names on the screen at the same time. right?
Okay. Well, that's what. Okay.
Right?
Well,
Because it's like one name and then the next name and then the next name, and it's like if you don't know that there's two more names, you might just leave. You know what I mean?
well, how's this? You have a name flash up there, and as it fades out, another one flashes up there, and it fades out, and another one. So it's all kind of going at the same
Hmm,
time,
maybe.
but one is highlighted more than the others, or
Yeah,
I don't
there
know.
might be a
Some
better way to blend the names, but yeah. Like, cause I didn't think about it till I had like four names, and then I was like, somebody might not stay here for 30 minutes, 30 seconds.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Mm,
yeah, we'll come up with a really
yeah. We're
clever
working on it,
alternative. Yeah.
Christina.
Yes.
She
Thanks,
says.
Christina.
She also says that the sun is coming back now for her.
Well, I hope she had her glasses on.
And Velda says, "You're a natural, Molly. I'm so impressed."
Oh, you're so cute.
She is. She's adorable.
I know. She's so fun. She's just the best. I love Velda. Love I call her Bella Bella because her dog, her partner in crime is Bella. And I call them Team Bella, Bella Bella. Team
Team
Bella Bella.
Vella Bella.
Yeah, that's my name for her. That's my nickname. Bella Bella. All right, let's move on. The community wants to hear from you. UT Health Houston. What an opportunity to help the dissection community. What is a way to help? Check out the study from Dr. Siddharth Prakash at UT Health in Houston, Texas. Competitive athletic events after aortic dissection and aneurysm. And the purpose of the study is to collect data from individuals who have one, been diagnosed with aortic aneurysm or survived an aortic dissection, and they participate in competitive athletic events. Note, competitive athletic events include all officially timed events such as marathons, 5Ks, etc. This is an anonymous survey. You can find some more information here at aortichope.org by clicking on that link.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a calendar of the rest of the month. We're here now on April 8th. And wrapping up the week in review, Tuesday the 9th, we have something very special. All times here are posted in Eastern Daylight Time. So those of us in the rest of the world need to do some math to figure things out, but that's okay. It's consistently Eastern Daylight Time. So tomorrow, Tuesday the 9th, we have our very first West Coast virtual support group meeting. This is really exciting because it gives those on the West Coast or even those in Asia, uh, Australia, New Zealand, a better time to join in on these awesome support group meetings. Um, this one will be held at 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 7 p.m. West Coast Time, and it's hosted by Mark Matucci. We're super excited about this new time, and it will be the second Tuesday of every month. So come join us if you're interested. Everyone's welcome. And it's also a good time for those on the East Coast. It'll be 10 p.m. there. So maybe they've wrapped up their evening and want to kick back and join a support group. Anyway, we love our support groups. And Thursday, the 11th at 2 p.m. Eastern, we have Aorta Hangouts with Rob and Mindy Seltzer, as well as a bunch of other fun and crazy people. It's every single Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, and it is so fun. I go often. And you don't have to be there the whole time. It's people come in and out, and every topic is discussed, every joke is told, costumes are worn sometimes. We have we have people picking fruit and making pizzas and going on hikes and driving their cars and shopping. I mean, we have all kinds of, we have someone just, chilling out and kicking back. It's really good fun. And come join us. Pop in. You don't even have to show your face, although we do love to see people's faces, don't we, Joshua?
I do. I love it.
Yeah. All right. So we have those every single Thursday, 2 o'clock, and they can go for hours, and they have gone for hours. It's just take a peek in there if you haven't already. Sunday the 12th, every Sunday at 12:30 Eastern Time, we have Aortic Hope's Qigong with Kevin Songer. And that is I really enjoy the Qigong, and he's really good at it. He has a lot of information that backs it up, and he's very well versed in Qigong. And I enjoy that every Sunday morning.
What's
All
not
right. And then
said
next,
about Kevin Songer and his qigong is sometimes he'll go 2 hours. Like he'll do like a 2 hour thing.
oh,
Yeah. And so part of the
that's,
reason why we switched from Thursday evenings to Sunday afternoons was at the end of his day, it's like the end of his day. He's
yeah.
like, I just did like 2 hours of qigong. I was like, oh,
His story of how he discovered qigong is just really neat. It's a meditative type tai chi. It's it's go check it out if you've never done or know anything about qigong. Check out Kevin Songer's Sunday midday qigong sessions. You will love it. You
mhm.
really will. It's a great little. All right, so Wednesday. Oh, and then next Monday I'll be here again. To host a weekend review, which is super fun to do with you, Joshua. I'm enjoying this. The next Wednesday, the 17th, we have Aortic Hope's live Q&A with Chef Rob and his wife, nutritionist expert, Mindy Seltzer. That is Aortic Hope Kitchen, and it's so fun and it's great. Everyone loves it. It is the first and third Wednesdays of every month, beginning at 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And then, of course, every Thursday, the Hangout session. Saturday, the 20th at 10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, we have Aortic Hope's Caregivers Only support group meeting. And you can't say enough about the caregiver support meetings, can you, Joshua? Because you
Oh,
attend them.
they're great meetings. They're
Yeah.
great meetings. Caregivers definitely need a place where they can talk to each other and exchange notes, right? Our support groups, the patients are talking to each other and they can exchange notes there as well. But there's observations of a loved one taking care of somebody else that they get to share with each other, right? So, for example,
Yeah.
I'm curious to know how many caregivers will realize that a recent open heart surgery patient might have a very short fuse for quite a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if they're already made aware of that, that's a thing. That's like, oh, okay, so be on the lookout for that, and then let them know. You don't have to just absorb it. That's not your place to absorb. That anger and frustration. We get it, and it should be known. You might have a shorter fuse after this.
Yes.
And then other things like the changing of times on medication, or keeping notes, keeping a notebook, leaving the doctor's office with scans and copies, and making sure advocacy runs more than just into the from the patient to the doctor, but the caregivers. You have a place there, and it's a wonderful place to know that you have somebody that's got your back through this.
There's something for everyone here at Aortic Hope with these support group meetings, and each one is different. The first Tuesday of every month is hosted by Melissa, and it starts at 12 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, the first Tuesday. And that they all have their own
Kind of rhythm.
signature. Yeah, yeah, and it's I love that they're all different. They have the same format, and but there's different personalities that are brought to that. And then here we have another support group meeting, Wednesday the 24th at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. It is the last Wednesday of every month, and that one is hosted by Tim O'Reilly, who is a Brooklyn native. I believe he's in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we love that. And then continuing on for the month, we have more Aortic Hopes, Qigong. And I forgot to mention that Karen will be joining us back for a Aortic Hope, the weekend review on Monday, the 22nd at 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And that pretty much concludes the rest of April.
Yeah.
Yeah, full month, full month. Good times. We're kind of pushing the limit of 1 hour. So
You
let's
just
let these.
finished. I told you only had to cover like the week and the events. You went through the whole calendar.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, well,
Yeah,
that's okay.
we're gonna cover the events next week too.
Well, all of this can be found under events on the Aortic Hope website at aortichope.org. And as we wrap it up, don't forget, if you've been here, or if you come another day and check us out, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and that little bell for notification to alert you for when we have new live events. Thank you.
Okay.